Hello! Before even thinking about the code, we should have a good understanding how the production environment looks like. I just take a typical production environment and we assume that this is where we are going to deploy our application. We will have a code repository where we commit our production code. Typically a GitHub repository. There we keep our Python code and a configuration file for configuring our Python code, and the code repository will also contain a Docker file. Using this Docker file, we will create a Docker image that contains our Python code. I call it the application code, and all dependencies we need in order to execute our code. This Docker image will be pushed to an image repository. Here in this course, we are going to use Docker Hub. From this image repository, the image can be pulled by our orchestration tool. It could be, for example, Apache Airflow or Argo workflows for Kubernetes. The orchestration tool will create a Docker container on an execution platform, as I just call it. This could be, for example, a Kubernetes platform. This Docker container contains now the application code, since it was part of the image we built before, and when spinning up the Docker container, the config file should be mounted and some secrets such as AWS credentials should be added, for example, as environment variables. And finally, the orchestration tool will trigger our application according to the required schedule. So the necessary data will be extracted from the Xetra S3 bucket, processed, and the report saved on the target S3 bucket. Now we have a good understanding of the production environment, so we can make a plan what steps should be taken to create a working application.